Alright, so recently Netflix. Released Ranma 2024 a couple of weeks back, or last month it released, okay? And for the most part, the series isn't that bad, but it's not that good. And let me tell you my thoughts on Ranma 2024 as a fan of the manga and the original anime. Okay, so when I first watched the show, I was thinking that the original voice actors was going to come back. That's why I was so excited to watch Ranma 2024, because I enjoyed the original version. So I thought that the original voice actors was going to come back and claim their roles and, you know, be back for the new generation. And that wasn't the case, and I'm okay with that. But I was expecting the old voice actors to come back. And when I heard the English dub, it was just hard for me to get used to them, because I'm so used to hearing the people in the 80s anime English dub. I got so used to hearing their voices. So when you hear completely new people doing the voices, it's just so hard to get used to them, because I got used to hearing the ones from the original anime that came out in the 80s. Ranma's voice is a male voice, like, and it doesn't even sound it doesn't sound bad, but it doesn't match the character. Same for Akane, it doesn't match, her voice doesn't match her character. The dads, they are right. The sisters, they are right. Let's see. Female Ranma is okay too, but I can't get used to the cast, and as a result I'm just watching it in Japanese, because at least they got the original cast back. But for us, they didn't want to do that. I don't know what's the situation with getting people back who can still work or who's still voice acting in the anime industry. It's like they don't want to contact the original cast, and if it's a reboot, you should be open to hiring the original cast members. But since when it comes to them remaking stuff, they always want to do something new. It's the same thing when it comes to like cartoon reboots. They're not gonna hire the same people, even though you clearly have them in contact, but you just want to do something new, so you're not gonna recast the original voice actors. That's what happened to the Powerpuff Girls when they rebooted the series. They hired new people. But back to Ranma 2024, another thing that made this series very bad is the lack of music. When I watched the original series, I went back to watched a few episodes, and each scene, when it was trying to convey a certain mood or feeling, they played like some type of music to increase the emotion in the scene, like to make the scene much more, but it's hard to explain, but the music makes the scene pop out more and dramatic, and there's an atmosphere. In Ranma 2024, you don't have that at all. It just feels so bland and empty. It feels like it's missing something. It just feels like it's missing a lot of stuff. It's missing something when it comes to the music. The intro music is terrible. It's generic modern anime music. The intro is terrible. And no offense to the music artist who made the intro, it's not good. I skipped the intro. I tried to listen to it, but I couldn't do it. The ending music is not good either. Okay, so the censorship, I really don't have a problem with the censorship, but some of it looks weird. The censoring looks weird. When you see certain scenes, Ranma is covering his breast with his arm. On one part, his his freaking and his girl form, his boobs were missing. You know what's I don't know if I can say it, but it was missing something on there. And if you see it, you know what I'm talking about. The censorship is done so weirdly, and a lot of people is complaining about it. I mean, what the heck is y'all complaining about? First of all, the character is like 16 years old, so it makes a lot of sense that they're censoring it. Because in the original series, they were showing a lot of stuff that they should never been showing. I don't know how they gonna handle certain parts from Ranma ½ because I remember in the original anime where he was trying to get something back in Ranma, and then he had grabbed that lady a certain way and made it seem like that he had, you know, sexually assaulted her because it was this lady with a yellow dress and a brown hair. If you've seen the series, you know what I'm talking about, the original series. But the censorship is very bad. There's no point of complaining about the censorship because you can just read the manga or watch the original if it's bothering you that much. It don't bother me. It's just the way how it's executed when it comes to them trying to make the show safe to watch, you know. Okay, the art style. A lot of people claim that the art style it looks like the original manga art style. This is the same lady who made Inuyasha and Ranma. I don't remember the name of her anime, but this is the same person who made those series. The art style does not match the manga art style. It doesn't. And the manga, Ranma's hair is red. Her hair is pink now. Female Ranma hair is red. Her hair is pink. Her eye color looks kind of like brownish pink. Ranma looks like a modern anime boy. He does. And the only people who look just like the manga counterparts is Kuno and the sisters Nobiki and the other one Ryoga too, a little bit I guess, but they got rid of his brown eyes. The dads, Jinma and the other one with the long hair, mustache, you guys know what I'm talking about. They look like how they look inside of the manga. The rest of them got generic anime faces. I don't know what the heck y'all talking about. They match the art style. They don't. In the original 80s version, although the art style doesn't match the manga, it's more detailed and it looks more appealing than the modern one does. Going back to talking about the music. The music in the series is terrible and it's lacking, like I said earlier. And then when I went back to watch the 80s version, the music is much more better. It's upbeat. It's upbeat, very fresh, and it's very like it's just much more, it's a vibe, you know. It's enjoyable to listen to. Even the ending theme in the intro is so memorable. It just makes you want to continue watching both of them without skipping them. It just makes you want to continue watching and listening to the music. And the new anime, it doesn't. It just makes you want to turn the anime off. And a lot of people, I think the only people who's going to enjoy this anime is the people who haven't seen it before. And it is going to be some people who are original fans like me, but it's going to be just a bunch of people. The only reason why this show is probably going to last for a while is the fact that it's probably going to be a bunch of people who haven't seen it before that's watching it, or who haven't read the manga that's watching it. Because it's some people that saying their voice is okay, the English voice is okay, which they aren't. I mean, some of them do a good job. I give them props. Yeah, I mean, I ain't gonna talk down on the English cast. I just think that they were not cast for the correct roles when it comes to anime, and I think the anime has a problem with casting the same people over and over within anime. That's a problem. They need to start casting people correctly. when it comes to stuff like this. This is a problem. That's not good. In the original anime, the original Ranma anime adaptation, Ranma is voiced by a woman. Mirror Ranma is voiced by a woman. Surprisingly, I watched it in Japanese, and they voice do kind of sound similar. It does, and I think they cast the cast correctly when it came to the 80s version. Back then, it was kind of an English dubbed anime back then. Was not the best at times, but some anime did get the dubbing cast right, and Ranma was one of them animes. And I was reading on Twitter that some of the people said that some of them retired, and it makes a lot of sense because that was many years ago, a long time ago, way before I was born. That was many years ago. So, but that don't give no excuses to cast just anybody. You have enough time to find people who could match how they sound in Japanese, and then the nerve for them to just cast anybody. But the Japanese people got the same voice actors. We just getting slop. I'm jealous of the Japanese audiences because they get to experience their show the correct way, and we don't. You know, that sucks. The only thing that's good about this show is the fact that the art style looks polished. Everything looks polished and modern. That's the only thing I can say about this show. It's not bad. It's not that bad, but it ain't good either. It's not a good adaptation. It's not a good remake. It's not. It ain't nothing wrong with new people trying to watch Ranma if you haven't seen it, but this is not the best way to experience it. The anime is too slow, and when they try to make jokes, it's not funny at all. It just seems awkward. The show is very boring. It's hard to watch. It's hard to pay attention to it. It doesn't do anything that makes me want to continue watching it, other than the fact that it's a franchise that I enjoy. That's the only reason why I'm watching it, because it's it's a franchise that I like. And I watched it in Japanese because I can't stand the English dub. It's awful. And I feel like every time they try to remake an old anime, it just falls flat. They tried to remake the anime with Lum. I saw that one. Didn't like the intro. Didn't like the voice actors. I didn't like the show. It's boring. And they try to make Lum like one of those modern anime girls. I don't know what kind of archetype it is, but they trying to make her seem like one of those anime girls. It's a certain type of trope that they trying to appeal. They're trying to appeal to certain type of audiences when it comes to Lum, using Lum for it. And I feel like the lady who created these franchises, I feel like she's just desperate at this point, because she tried to bring back Inuyasha with the next generation, and that didn't even, I don't even think that did anything. It didn't do that good. That one fell flat too, so I don't know what she doing. Yeah, this was a very disappointment. It's a disappointment. This is a giant L for anime. I'm sorry. Not good at all. And I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Oh well, this is great. This is interesting." It's gonna be some people who haven't seen the anime before. It's gonna be lying and saying it's good. It's not good. Some modern anime is just not good. They rely on overused tropes. And then when they usually do the tropes, it's not always this bad. But they try so hard to rely on one and then think it's gonna work for the entire show. You gotta have something that makes the show entertaining, and they don't want to do that anymore. They don't want to write good stories. They don't want to take the time to make their shows enjoyable. They don't want to do that anymore. So they just taking like an older show and remake it. That's their only easy way to appeal to an audience nowadays, is to constantly remake stuff. because they know people are going to watch it if it's a beloved franchise that a lot of people are familiar with. And it's sad that they do these lazy freaking reboots just for fast cash. It just means a lot of people that's not impressed by Ranma 2024, and I'm one of those people. But yeah, this is the state of modern anime, and it's not looking good. But let me know what you guys think about Ranma 2024. Did you enjoy it? Did you like it? And yeah, let me know what you think about it. Comment down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time in the next video.